Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Boop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and happy Thursday. Oh my goodness. We hope you had a great day and a great week. We is me and my little blemishes hanging around. I thought that it was cured, but it's just gonna hang around for a little bit longer. I took my shower, I'm nice and clean. I did my everything shower. So we are here tonight to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're gonna get into it. This was some popping off to do. Listen, what I have to say might not be that popular. It might be an unpopular thought, some of it. But let's get into it. Okay, so this week, Jennifer Tilly is going to be having the ladies over to this restaurant called, I think it's called Caspia. I don't think it's called Caviar Caspia. I think it's Caspia. So she stops off at this restaurant. They're going to be doing Caviar Caspia. I'm not a Richie. I have no idea of what caviar, I know what caviar is, but I've never heard of Caviar Caspia. So apparently Jennifer Tilly and Sutton do Caviar Caspia when they're like in Paris or something like that. And so what it is there's these twice baked potatoes. I know, right? Delicious. But then they put like a shit ton load of caviar on top. And remember a few seasons ago, I think Kathy Hilton had baked potato, caviar loaded baked potatoes. So that's what they do. It's twice baked potatoes and you put caviar on them. Have I ever had caviar? I have had caviar. Now listen, I'm going to tell you, I had it when I was in Paris, but listen, don't be like, she's Richie Rich. When I think I might have told this story before. When I was in high school, I was part of French Club. So we went to France. Now, not Richie Rich. I had to sell like 1,000,000 hoagies and Wilson's chocolate bars and, you know, like raffle tickets and everything under the sun to go. And did I enjoy it? No, I didn't. I couldn't stand it. It was terrible. It was salty. It's little fish eggs. I don't want it. But anyways, see, that's why I could never be fancy Richie Rich, because I can't eat stuff like that. I would have to be like, you know, relatable Richie Rich. Okay, so let's get back into it. So they're so Sutton joins them, and they're talking. Sutton joins her, and they're talking about, you know, what happened at Dorit's party. So this is going to be the first time that Dorit and Sutton cross paths. And also, speaking of Jennifer Tilly, has anybody else heard those rumors about the women on the cast not wanting her back? Listen, I think they should have her back. She's funny. Maybe they're just a little jealous of her wealth. I mean, she is rich. She is a rich bitch. She got that Simpson money. So, okay, there's that. And then Kyle has an at-home therapy session. So her therapist / life coach comes over. They're talking about Mauricio. So Mauricio's out here living his single life. He's living his best life, his single life, while she's just working. She's getting impatient because she don't know, she feels like she's in limbo. She doesn't know what's going on, what's going to happen, what's happening. So he's like, why don't you just, and I thought the same thing, why don't you just get out there and you live your best life? He's living his, you get out there and live yours. But she's like, in the back of her head, she's like, but what if I do go out there, I find someone, and then he comes back and he's like, hey, I want to get back together. Listen, we both know That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. And another thing that's bothering her is that Mo had said to her that he said that he was afraid that he couldn't be on his own, but now he knows he can. Instead of him saying something like, I don't know if I can do this without you. And she's saying that when things were like very tough, when things were very tough when they were together, he didn't really fight for the marriage. When things were bad, he didn't say, I'm going to stay and we're going to fix this. So she was either like, I don't know if that means that he wants to move, he doesn't want to fight for us, or he just doesn't know how to fight for us. Either way, this makes her want to move on. Now, when she was like, she was really upset because when she was growing up, her mom was a single mother, and she saw how tough it was. She prided herself on being, on being married, not being a single mother. To be honest with you, though, I don't know that this would be the same. This wouldn't be the same as her situation, her economic situation versus her mother's economic situation. And being a single mother is not the same. So I could see where she was upset, but it's not like you're a single mother who's like, raising 3 kids and you don't have any money. I mean, you got some money. So, okay, everybody's getting ready for caviar. I have Sutton's getting ready for caviar. If I could say caviar once more. So Sutton's getting ready for caviar Caspia. This shit is gonna happen, because she didn't even call her Dorit. She called her Porrit. She's like, when I go to Caviar Caspia, I get the etc. or whatever it's called. I get the most expensive one, but with all of the black caviar loaded on top. When Porrit goes, she probably gets the cheapest one with the red caviar that people put on tacos, or not tacos. Anyways, she started off, something was gonna happen because she said Porrit. Okay, so I have written here. Okay, so both Dorit and Sutton, they're both gonna start some shit with the other one. Somebody's gonna start something. Just like Michael Jackson said, you want to be starting something, somebody's gonna start something. Okay, so it's at the restaurant. The theme is caftans and caviar Caspia. Who showed up with Kathy Hilton? It's been a little while since we've seen the morally corrupt Faye Resnick. The morally corrupt Faye Resnick shows up with Kathy Hilton. Everybody is in their caftans, okay? Everybody's in their caftans, except here comes Dorit. Dorit walks in. She don't got a caftan on. She was like, I saw on the invitation, it didn't say anything about wearing a caftan. Plus, I don't look good in caftans. I don't like wearing them. I'm pretty sure Dior is just perfectly fine. Meanwhile, on Watch What Happens Live, wasn't Jennifer Tilly on there? Jennifer Tilly was like, it said right on there, wear your caftan and get some caviar Caspia. But I guess she didn't want to wear it, so whatever. But it said right on there. So she walks in her Dior. So, okay, everybody's sitting there. And now listen, I tell you right now, none of this would have popped off. None of this would have popped off if Dorit wouldn't have said, to Sutton, you're drinking water? Is that because of what happened last week? Is that because of our little tete-a-tete? She didn't have to say none of that. Okay? She was poking the bear. I'm just saying. So Now what? Sutton's like, I can't just drink water? Like, I can't just have a water? What's wrong with that? Why can't she have a water? I mean, you should be drinking water, so why not have a water? What's the big deal with that? And then Dorit's all like, well, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know which Sutton I'm going to get. I'm not sure which Sutton I'm going to get. So they go down to the tables. Everything's set up real nice. Wasn't there that one place I can say Anne Marie? And Garcelle's like, Anne Marie, not 8.5. But it wasn't, because it was some of Jennifer Tilly's other friends and then the cast members. So I'm going to tell you, if I was one of those people, I would make sure that my face wasn't blacked out. And this would be my look every time. Yes. That's what I would be doing every time. That's every time. You see me right up front. Okay, so they sit down and listen. I didn't know what the hell she meant. But Sutton got it started off. Sutton, after they sat down, Sutton, when she said to Bose, she said, how many people do you have in you today? If I was Bose, I would have done the same thing. I would have been like, what? One? Myself? I just have myself in me? Myself? And this was Sutton's way of bringing up like the fact that Dorit was like, oh, she has, she can be a different person. Which person is she going to be today? Okay. So they get into it. They're starting to talk. I think Sutton was trying to talk just between the two of them, but then Dorit had to, clink the glass and be like, okay, let's make the announcement. Let's just talk in front of everybody. Sutton brings up, listen, I didn't appreciate that little jab that you took at me last week about my drinking. And after you did that last week, after you insinuated all last season that I had a drinking problem. So I'm tired of this. You keep insinuating this. You keep picking on me. Please stop picking on me. They went back and forth a little bit, and then she said, you need to stop picking on me. You need to pick on someone whose wallet fits. I was like, ooh. And Erica was like, you think you're bigger than her? Sutton said, my wallet is. And then Erica said, what does money have to do with this? Sutton said it doesn't. But if it doesn't, why did you bring that up? I mean, I'm just saying. It's like, but here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, Faye Resnick, I did not know that Faye Resnick was going to be the voice of reason, speaking on behalf of like both ladies. And here's the cute thing that I thought Garcelle was trying to be like, how about Dorit, can you just apologize to her and it'll be okay. She put out some kind of fakety fake, apology, and Sutton's like, no, that's not genuine. I don't think that's genuine at all. Okay. Dorit then gets up. They go back and forth. Dorit gets up. She leaves the table. Kyle gets up and talks to her. Kyle suggesting that she needs to talk to Dorit. I wouldn't have suggested that. And then Dorit is then talking about, she once again talks about her drinking. So I'm not a fan of Dorit pushing this narrative last season and this season that Sutton has a drinking problem. But then she also before she leaves, she takes a jab at Sutton's like behavioral issues or her meds. Like she's like, well, maybe when she balances out her meds, she can come talk to me. I didn't like that either. I'm going to tell you this much. Would I have said that? No, I wouldn't have said that. That being said, Sutton has been picked on by the women quite a bit. And in particular, Dorit. So if you're going to keep pushing and you're going to keep pushing, you can push somebody for so long until you can't. Dorit's weak spot is her money. So that's where she went to. I mean, Dorit had kept saying, mentioning, insinuating that that Sutton has a drinking problem. That's a very sore spot. So while it doesn't look great when somebody comes up and just talks about their money and their money and their money, it kind of felt like Sutton was saying the quiet part out loud, like, you know, that people who have money are a little better. But I'm just going to say, I mean, Dorit pushes and pushes and pushes, and she can dish it out. But when somebody comes back at her and puts her in her place and says something, well, then it's wrong that you said that. She shouldn't have pushed her. I'm just saying. I mean, you know, and I understand that she's going through tough times with her marriage and everything, but you can't use that as an excuse to just say anything and get away with it. That's just it. Like I said, would I have said it? No, probably not. But she's going, listen, I know people say I know Michelle Obama said when they go low, we go high. But like I said, after being pushed and picked at so much by Dorit, after a while, you just go low. That's just it. I'm just saying. So, unpopular opinion, Dorit kind of had it coming. I'm just going to say that. So, and here's another thing though. In confessional, Kyle had said that she now understands why it triggers Sutton so much whenever Dorit talks about or insinuates that she has a drinking problem, and that's because of what happened to her father. If I'm thinking that if Kyle wants to be like friends and start over with Dorit, maybe go to like Sutton and be like, hey, is it okay if I tell Dorit like what happened with your dad, or could you tell her? Because maybe if she knew this, she wouldn't then keep insinuating that you have this problem. And that's all I'm saying. I'm definitely not saying for Kyle to just go up and say it, because it's nobody's story to tell except Sutton's. It's nobody else's story to tell. The only person that can tell her story is Sutton. But yeah, listen, Dorit started, Dorit started it this episode. So, I mean, like I said, you can push somebody only so long and so hard before they push back. And this was the pushback. You have to know that someone's not going to take it. And on the after show and in the confessional, Sutton doubled down. She didn't regret it. And in the after show, she then said she still doesn't regret it. And that Dorit is the fakest person she's ever met, because she's like out here, she's carrying designer bags, she's wearing these labels. Meanwhile, we all know what's going on financially. So they're not making up anytime soon. And I honestly, I wouldn't even, if I was any of their friends, I wouldn't even be like, hey, how about if you guys make up? They just don't get along. Or sometimes people just don't get along and that's it. And just let it be. Not everybody's going to like everybody. So, okay. And lastly, news dropped of Mo and his younger woman friend, sucking face in the airport in Greece. So, Erica FaceTimes Kyle and asks if she knew that it was coming. Kyle did not know. Kyle says he didn't, Mauricio did not do this on purpose. Is that what you're suggesting to Erica? Erica's like, no, but I mean, ... Sutton and Garcelle talk. And listen, Sutton stood 10 toes down on the fact that she thinks this was a planned photo opportunity. And the reason being is because she said that she's been to that specific airport a few times. She was even there when Jennifer Aniston was there. And you know who wasn't there? Paparazzi. So how is it that everybody the world over knows Jennifer Aniston? Like, even if you didn't watch Friends, you know who Jennifer Aniston is. You have heard of her. So you're telling me that Jennifer Aniston, world-renowned, worldwide known, Jennifer Aniston has no paparazzi showing up at this random airport in Greece, but Mauricio Umansky, husband of Kyle Richards from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has paparazzi? Yeah. Would I tend to believe that it was something that was planned out? Yeah, I kind of do. That makes 100% sense. And she's saying that, who knows, maybe he planted that. Maybe he planned this to get back at Kyle for those pictures. You know, all those pictures of her with Morgan. So, I don't know. We'll see. So in the comments, let me know what you thought. And listen, if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard. Woo, it is Friday tomorrow. Please make sure that you, I just threw myself off because I said it's Friday. Okay, listen, if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there so that it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. Be aware of your surroundings. Be smart and safe. Let's hydrate. Let's drink some water often, every day and often. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please make sure that you remember that Dolly and I are sending our love and our thoughts and our prayers and all the positive energy and vibes that you need to make it through. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what that was. Tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. We can get through it. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye, guys.